Alright, folks, welcome back to another video right here on Jason's Wrestling Channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about Hunter Hearst Helmsley, otherwise known as Triple H and Paul Levesque. Now, he started his career in WCW, and he wrestled underneath his real name, Paul Levesque. And he didn't last too long, so then he went to the World Wrestling Federation. Vince McMahon signed him, and he was wrestling underneath the name Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And he had a different manager every single time he came to the ring. He eventually won the Intercontinental Championship. That made him into something a little bit. And then China came along and started managing him and stood in his corner one time at SummerSlam. She made her ring appearance. And then eventually, Triple H and China became a big thing. And then they joined D-Generation X with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels had done something that cost him a lot of money, $5,000, got fined. Because they were losing the Monday Night War with WCW. WCW was killing the WWF from the ratings at the time. So Vince McMahon decided to turn the volume up, and they created D-Generation X with Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and China. And then at the Survivor Series, Bret the Hitman Hart's contract was coming up. And it was Shawn Michaels, the Degenerate, versus Bret the Hitman Hart. And Shawn Michaels beat Bret Hart at the Survivor Series for the WWF title. And D-Generation X became a real big group. They became a big thing. And then there was a feud between Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels for WrestleMania. And there was a time DX had Steve Austin tied up in the ropes. Triple H and China were holding Steve Austin into the ropes. And Michaels was taking the belt, putting it in Austin's face, saying, "See this? You'll never, ever have this." And he's like, "This is it. This is it, Austin. This is it. This is it, Austin." So then they had the match at WrestleMania, and Shawn Michaels ended up losing. Steve Austin became the World Wrestling Federation champion. And then the next night on Raw, Triple H came out and was talking about how Shawn Michaels dropped the ball. How Shawn Michaels is not the leader of DX anymore. Shawn Michaels was kicked out of DX, even though Shawn Michaels was really out with an injury. And so, he became the leader of D-Generation X, and he added the Road Dogg Jesse James and badass Billy Gunn, and he still had China in the group, along with X-Pac, and Owen Hart, and D'Lo Brown. And that was the new D-Generation X. Eventually, D-Generation X faded away. And then Stephanie McMahon was doing a storyline with Test. They had a wedding with Stephanie McMahon. She was supposed to marry Test. And then Triple H came out and told Vince McMahon, showed him some footage up on the screen of him and Stephanie getting married, even though Stephanie was passed out at the time. And then there was a feud between Test and Triple H. And Test ended up losing. And the stipulation was if Triple H lost, he would have had to divorce Stephanie McMahon. And that didn't happen. So he just continued on being married to Stephanie McMahon. And Vince McMahon was miserable. Eventually, it was Vince McMahon and Triple H wrestling. And Triple H ended up winning the match. And Stephanie McMahon turned on her father and went with Triple H. McMahon did not like this at the time. He was not happy about it. So then there was a feud between Triple H and Vince McMahon. And then eventually Vince McMahon started to like Triple H somewhere down the line. He didn't mind having him as his son-in-law. And then they actually got married in real life. You know, they showed their real life wedding, not like on TV or something. And then Vince McMahon had asked Triple H for some help because he needed help running the company. And Triple H became the CCO of World Wrestling Entertainment. And he had a big job, you know, doing that for several years. And Vince McMahon was just the chairman of the board, taking care of everything. Vince McMahon faded away from TV for quite a few years. He'd make appearances every now and then. And then the Wall Street Journal started making stories about Vince McMahon that pushed him out of his own company. Vince McMahon ended up selling the company, and then he ended up coming back. He got kicked out of his own company, and then he sold the company. He came back before the sale went through because he had the most majority ownership. And then Endeavor found out what was going on, and they kicked him out, basically, so he's not allowed to be in the company anymore. And Paul Triple H is like, now currently runs the entire show. He does the storylines, he does the bookings for matches, he does everything. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and have a wonderful night.